You know when you've been thinking all week what to call something, and then you realise everything can be summed up in a catchy, alliterative name? Hello again, welcome back to the Sunday Update. I'm Lucas, as ever, and I hope you're doing well. Apparently the neighbours have started hammering next door, so... this should be interesting. So, what's been going on this week? Well, basically it comprises of two things. One of them is clothes, because I love clothes in case, you haven't noticed already. And the other one is concerts. Let's talk about them. So let's talk about clothes. Now, the reason that it's been so prevalent to me this week is because at the start of the week, this happened. So yes, I'm now the proud owner of a hot pink Music Society hoodie. There you go. That's better. Now you can see it's Music Society. It's a little bit tight, and I think that attests to the fact that I've probably put on a little bit of weight over the last semester. But it's nice. They've been selling these every year I've been at the uni, so, someone will put something up and say, buy your hoodies now, don't let them go to waste. They don't make them if they aren't being bought, but you know what I mean. I finally bought one this year. I haven't bought one any of the previous years I've been at uni because I didn't feel like it was necessary. I knew that I could just, get another one this year, and this is the one that would hold the most sentimental value because, it's from my last year at uni. Makes sense, I think. I'm also quite impressed at how well this bit's been stitched. In case you can't see. That says Lugal. Don't ask. Long story. But this has been stitched rather well, I think. Then again, as you've probably seen, I know nothing about sewing, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am. And the other clothes-related thing that happened this week was I got a catalogue. Now, yes, I love my clothes, but I'm not usually one to get excited by a catalogue. However, this is my favourite little thing. So this catalogue, which you can't quite see properly because of the light from the window, is from a company called Joe Browns. Don't worry, I'm not being sponsored, I'm not nearly famous enough for that yet, as evidenced by the fact that I can't speak properly. But in short, Joe Browns are primarily an online retailer, although they've just opened a shop in Sheffield, which I've been to. And they sell lots and lots of colourful clothes, such as this shirt, for example, and every shirt you've seen me wear on a Sunday Update. This is the kind of level of colour you can expect to find on a standard page of a Joe Browns catalogue, and I know that because it's the first one I've turned to. Oh, it's so sexy. Oh, I just look through these and go, I could quite happily just go and buy half of their collection because I love this stuff. I absolutely love it. In fact, why don't I show you how much I love it? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that fun extra tour, if you will. As you've probably seen from the title of this vlog, the other thing that's been going on this week is a lot of concerts. Now, when I say a lot of concerts, I mean I've done 3 in 2 days. Which, which takes it out of you, and I was pretty tired last night as a result of it. But I'll run you through what I've been up to. So the first concert on Friday lunchtime was for Musica. Now, you may not know what Musica is. You probably won't because it's a University of Manchester thing. It's essentially a big sort of project around women in music, composers, performers, musicologists. I should know what that word is, but I haven't written an essay for about 4 months now. And it always gets really well received, and I'm glad about that. And I was asked to play for one of the concerts, and it was good fun. It's a little bit chaotic, but I expect that much from a music department at this stage, so... This was then followed up on Saturday morning at the grand old time of 9:30 by a relaxed performance. Now, for those of you who don't know what a relaxed performance is, again, I don't blame you. It's essentially like a concert, but all the lights are kept up and the audience is free to move about and talk during the performance. Everything is played a little bit quieter, so it's not sort of as overwhelming as it would be otherwise. It's primarily aimed at people with autism, dementia, that sort of thing. And I've played in quite a few at this point. It's a near and dear issue to my heart. I have long suspected that I'm at least a little bit on the autistic spectrum, and probably from watching these you might be able to tell that as well. And it's been, a little bit of a family trait, if you will. I have a sister who is quite severely autistic, and most of my life before I came to Manchester basically revolved around fitting things around her schedule and what she wanted to do, because she doesn't like, when you tell her that she can't do something, don't say that. So I went and did this concert, and it was just really good fun. I really enjoy them, and they're never particularly well attended, because I don't think that the place you do them, Manchester Museum, does a particularly good job of advertising them. I certainly don't see the advertisement myself. We had one kid come along yesterday, and he bounced in claiming that he was a space kitten, and he was absolutely adorable. And if I can brighten one person's day like that by doing these concerts, then I'm more than happy to do that. And then the final concert was yesterday evening for the Music Society. It was our symphony orchestra concert, and it's been busy. Obviously, I'm a little more involved in it than most, given that I'm involved with seating everyone for the entire project, and the amount of dropouts we had for this, that took a while. But it came off in the end. We had to drop a piece, and we didn't have enough players, and rehearsals didn't quite go as planned, let's put it that way. But it came off. It usually does, to be honest. Everyone really gives it a good go once the concert starts, so it usually ends up coming off. The main attraction for this concert was one of my fellow third years playing violin for the Sibelius Violin Concerto. Now, you may not be classical music fans watching this vlog. I know some of you are, because you're my friends, and that's kind of how we know each other, most of us. Suffice to say, the Sibelius Violin Concerto is flippin' difficult, and to put it in perspective how difficult it is, I'm playing it again over the summer with my old violin teacher doing the solo. He's good. He's really good. He's son of a violinist from the most famous quartet of all time. Good. So the fact that this girl in my ear had the audacity to play that, and play it so flippin' well, that was pretty impressive. And fair play to her, she pulled it off. I've no qualms with saying that. She is a far better violinist than I am, which is, only marginally damaging to my ego. But as I sat there during the rehearsals, I started to, think, as I am wont to do. I think that if I'd actually put the hours in, I probably could have been nearly as good as her. Maybe not quite as good, because I think she's got a phenomenal natural talent for the violin. But I just perhaps haven't put in as much work as I should have done. Well, I know I haven't. I don't practice nearly enough while I'm at uni, and it's a real shame that, but it's how it is, I suppose. But That's my bad, you know. I'm the one who hasn't practiced. It's not as if I can blame someone else for it, because it is entirely my fault. So, I suppose I just have to live with that. And that's about it. It's been a busy week, and an eventful one, but it's been a good week, and I have enjoyed it, even if I do now feel slightly jealous that I can't play the violin as well as other people. As ever, if you've enjoyed this, then do let me know, and if you haven't enjoyed it, then let me know what I can improve to make it more enjoyable for you. I hope you've enjoyed the slightly more dynamic variant of this format this week. I'll have to see what happens next week, because I have to pre-record, because I'm back home next Sunday. So I'll still get this out on Sunday, I just might not be able to talk about what's happened over the weekend, so sorry about that. But I'm sure you understand. And as ever, I've been Lucas, you've been great, and you've been watching the Sunday update. Thank you very much, and take care.